You're welcome to my channel, Mindset Academy, where I'll be teaching you all on how to draw a cycloid, irrespective of the diameter or radius that is being given. Now, we are told to consider a cycloid. Let me assume that you are given a diameter of 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100, 1 million, whatever it is. Remember, for you to construct a circle, you need what? A radius. So whatever diameter you are given, divide the diameter by 2, right? So let me assume that in this video, we are given a cycloid having a diameter of what? 55 millimeter. So what I will simply do is by taking half of the what? 55 millimeter, right? And that will give us 27.5. So when I place it here from 0 to this is 20, this is 25, 26, 27.5, somewhere around here. Can you see that? So that is what I'm going to use to draw my circle. Irrespective of the diameter that is given, for you to draw a circle, you need the radius. So divide it. Watch carefully. If it's diameter, you divide it. But if it's radius, you use it the way it is. As me, I was given a radius of 55 millimeter, means that I will use that 55 millimeter. That's what I'm going to measure to draw my circle. So we are using 27.5 because that is what diameter that is given, not radius. So what I will just do to make my work easier, I will take my pencil. Remember, I did not adjust this. It's still the same 27.5. I'll take my meter rule and I am going to draw my my center line, or just my horizontal line this way. Can you see that? Let me make it more visible so we can have a clearer view of what we are constructing. Can you see that? Then I'm going to take my order. I'll pick a point here. Let's say this point I am picking at this point here. Let me say this point. That'll be my, I'll call it my C0, means my center O, right? For you to have a center, you must have a vertical and horizontal line. So when I place it this way, I am going to draw my vertical line on that point this way. Let me make it more visible so we can have a clearer view. Can you see that? So this is the center I'm talking about. So remember, I did not adjust this. So I will now take that to 7.5 and place it at that center O, center 0, initial point. And I'm going to draw a circle, which I am going to take in. Can you see that? First of all, you ask yourself, what is a cycloid? A cycloid is just a part that is formed by a point at the circumference of a circle when it rolls on an horizontal ground or horizontal plane. So as this circle is rolling, what is the part that is going to form when a point is intentional on the circumference of the circle or any part of the circle here? So when I've done that, the next thing is with that same radius, without adjusting the same radius, let me, because of most people here, I will zoom it up so you have a clear view of what I'm talking about. So I have zoomed it up this way. Now with that same radius, look at, this is the radius here, right? I'll place it here and I'm going to strike an arc at the circumference up. I'll come here also, I'll strike another arc up. I'll place it here. I'll strike another arc left and what? And right. Left and what? And right. Hope you can see that. So what I'm trying to do is to divide the circle into 12. So after I've done that, through those points, I'm going to pass them through the center of that circle. From here through the center of the circle, I'm going to draw this faint line. From here also, I'll do the same thing here. From here also, I'll do the same thing here. From here also, I'll do the same thing here. Right? You can see what I've done. So this is what I have actually I've divided the circle into 12. So from the base here, I will start because it's going clockwise. This will be 0, this will be 1, this will be 2, this will be 3, we have 4, we have 5, we have 6. I'll go back again. 5, 4, 3, 2, then what? Then we have 1 here. back to 0. Hope you can see what I am trying to portray. So after doing that, the next thing I'm going to do is to divide this. I need 12 more center, right? So I will take any demarcation here. Let's say I am taking 0 and 1, or any of the demarcation at all. Is that taking? So when I place it this way, I can see I'm taking 0 and 4, or I will take 1 and 2, whatever center line division I'm taking. Or you can just, so when you take that and you now place it this way and you measure. Alright, look at this. I take any of them. You can take 3 and 4, whatever you're taking at all, and you place it from here. I'll mark 1, I'll mark 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and what? 12. Can you see that? So this will now give me C1. This will be C2, C3, C4, C5, C6, C7, C8, C9, C10. Well, we are going back a bit. So C6, then back to C5, C4, C3, C2, C1, and what? C0. So start from 0, read the highest point, go back to 0. Now the next thing I'm going to do here is to take my instrument and I'll draw an horizontal line from the base of the circle here. Another horizontal line from the top of the circle here. Hope you can see that. Then I'll draw a line across each of those points this way. So when I've done that, can you see that? So I'll draw a line along each of those points. C means center. Then I'll also come here again. You see these 2 points, 1 and 1. I'll draw a line across that to touch the last point. I'll come here, 2 and 2. I'll do the same thing. 3 is already there. I'll come 4 and 4. I'll come 5 and 5. So you can see that. That is another step here. So I can easily move forward to do what I'm doing. Let me zoom it up more. Right. We have a clearer view of what we are portraying here. Yeah. So the next thing here is, remember, this is the first circle that is rolling, and this is a point. We've picked a point on the circle. At every stage of the point, we want to know the path that has been formed, which we'll call the cycloid. So what we'll do is you take your compass with that same radius. Can you see? That is the radius of the circle you used. So when I come to the initial point is 0 here. So when I come to center 1, right, I am going to draw, I will mark on the line 1. Can you see that I'm marking on the line 1? That is the line 1, this one here, this line 1. If I place it as C1, I must mark on line 1. And this is my line 1 here, point 1. Similarly, I'll come to the other C1 here also. Remember, center 0 always start from the base here. So I'll come to C1 here again. I'll do the same thing. I'll mark on line 1, but this time I'm marking on the other side. So this is line 1 here. So before center 6, I'll be marking on the left hand side. After synthesis, I'll mark on the right hand side. So on the normal textbook you see or any other work, what we need is just this point here, point 1. But if you want to now modify your drawing, you might just say, okay, let me, since I'm seeing other people, let me just draw my circle, faint line. Can you see that? So you don't really need that. That is just there. I'll come here also. I'll do the same thing on my center one. Remember, I've already gotten what I need. I'm not going to do for 0 also for the initial point, but it will be faint line. Remember, I told you 0 is always here at the baseline here. This is 0 here. Hope you are getting the logic. So I'll come to C2, which is this, right? I'll mark on line 2. Remember, after 6, before 6, you mark it on the left hand side of your compass. So this is 2 here. So I'll mark on 2, the line of 2. Can you see the line of 2? So I have marked it, line of 2, line of 2. I'll come to 2 here also. I'll mark on the line of 2. Look at it carefully. Line of 2. I'm marking there. So this is line 2. Right? I'll come to 3. Those are the normal thing that you always see. Place it here. Then I'll draw my circle. So you must be doing it one after the other to avoid confusion, so you know the lines will not be too much in your eyes. Just be doing it the way I'm doing it. Then I'll come to line 3, point 3. I'll look at 3. This is the 3 line here, so I'll mark on the left hand side like I told you. This part here you see is what? Is for point 3, right? I'll come to point 3 also. I'll mark on the left hand side, right hand side, and this is what is for point 3. All together, and I can decide to now draw a circle if I want to. Then I'll come here too. If I decide to draw a circle, then I'll come again. Remember all those circles are drawing their faint line. I'll come to point 4, which is what we have here. And this is a line of 4. So remember, I'll mark on the left hand side. And this is where 4 is. Right? And I'll come to 4 here also. I'll mark on 4 here. This is 4. That's what I need. I can decide to now draw my circle this way. I'll come to here also. Can decide to now draw my circle this way. Can you see that? Then I'll come to 5 also. Look at the line of 5. I'll mark on 5 left hand side like this. This is my 5. Remember, you're using the same radius. Then I'll come here also. Hope you can see that. So I'll mark on the line of 5 here. Line of what? 5. This is it here. So this is what we have here, the line of 5. Can you see that? So I can decide to draw a circle 1.5, 1.5. So for 6, for the point of 6 is at the highest point, so 6 is just here. This is my point 6, the middle point there, right? So I can just decide to just draw for my point 6. Not really necessary. So I'll draw all those guys. So those points, that's what I'm going to join together using my French curve, right? So if I should use my French curve, I'll put on those points here. So let's do that. How we use a French curve. So take 3 points at a time. Remember this and this. And just take 3 points at a time. Right? So just do this. One point 3. Hope you consider you taking it. So this is the cycloid here, the part formed when this circle is rolling on this horizontal ground here. Alright, horizontal plane is moving this way. So if you have found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and also share the video. Thanks for watching.